Hello, friends. Welcome to today's show. I'm Dr. Helen, founder and chief engagement officer, the CEO of Dr. Helen Holton and Associates, and your host for Dr. Helen Speaks: Strengths, Resilience, and Leadership. It's good to be here with you today. Of course, I always look forward to our time together. It's a highlight of my day, and it brings joy. Couldn't you use a little more joy in your life? Yeah. And it's our goal to add value to your joy out of today's show. Every time I think about what this means for me, I think about how blessed and grateful I am for this wellspring of knowledge in the world. It delivers wealth beyond measure through the power of learning. Yes, you thought I was going to say money. Nope, through the power of learning. And I am a lifelong learner, a unicorn of sorts, committed to focused time and energy to bring you relevant information, to add to your wealth of knowledge and move you forward in your leadership journey. And it truly is a journey, not a destination. It's not, oh, I'm going to Tierra del Fuego at the tip of South America. No, it is not that kind of destination. It is a journey, a never-ending journey, until you decide it's time for it to end. A destination implies a finite arrival or end of a pursuit. If you're in this journey of leadership, you're in it until you choose not to be, or you fail to do the things that leadership requires. Along that journey, there are times that we pause, plateau, get stuck, and sometimes we get off for a while or for good. None of these things constitutes an end to leadership. It goes on whether you and I do or not. It just keeps going on. One of the most significant lessons I've learned on this journey is that the most effective leaders are lifelong learners. And who you learn from matters. Be mindful of that. Your investment in your leadership through learning new and different ways to show up as a leader strengthen your leadership and the development of those you lead or who follow you. No one, absolutely no one, leads the way you do, which makes it a competition only with yourself, not all the other leaders around you, that on some level, every now and then, you might compare yourself to. Come on, I know I've done it. Be honest with yourself. Stop it. Stop comparing yourself to other people. They're not you. Only you can bring what you bring. And when you have the mindset, the intention to bring your best, you're pretty unstoppable. It's more important of how you focus on being in your lane, doing what you do best, doing that which brings joy, happiness, contentment, value, purpose, and passion to your life. So keep that in mind. What you do better than you, it's your race. Keep investing in you to be the best leader you can be. And that's why here at Dr. Helen Holton and Associates, we show up here to help you do that very thing. Do you have the opportunity to do what you do best every day? This is more than a yes/no question. This is one of those really deep-rooted, reflective questions. It's a focused question, full of potential to keep you on track to living your best life, doing what brings you more fulfillment, more joy, more meaning, more purpose in your life. And I ask this question every week, because the repetitive practices in your life for your good make a difference and add value to your life as a leader. And if it adds life to you as a leader, it's adding life to your leadership. It's a way to stimulate your mind in this present moment to focus on what that means for you right now. So I ask you, do you have the opportunity to do what you do best every day? We all need a reminder every now and then to get back on track with what we really want for our lives. The more that you commit your time, your resources, your time and your mindset on regular reflection on this one question, at least once a day, the sooner a shift occurs to bring you into greater alignment to achieve the dreams that you hold for your life. Give yourself permission. Give yourself permission right now to let go and be fully present in this moment, to think deeper, be more intentional, and do something to move closer to your goals. How will you take action with the value you gain today? How will you take action to your gift of life? We'd like to know, because if it matters to you, it matters to me and everybody else who shows up here. I'm here because I care about you. And what I want most is to motivate, inspire, and help you engage deeper with you, with the plans you hold for your today and tomorrow. Your future begins right now, today. Everything you want already lives within you. You have the dreams, the visions. Be bold, be brave, step out and share it with the world. It's available and waiting for you to bring it into existence. That's the path of transformative work with life-changing results. Now, before we jump in, take a moment, make sure you have something handy to capture your thoughts, ideas, aha moments, so that you don't miss them. Whether it's a journal, a notebook, a tablet, the back of an envelope, they all work. Well, if it's the back of an envelope, you need something, well, a journal, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Because we want you to, if you don't capture those moments and they're lost, then no one gets to experience and witness the brilliance that comes through to your conscious thought that's welled up within you. So today's topic is your leadership with mentors and sponsors. Relationships matter. I cannot stress that enough. And we talked about some of the ways, easy, natural ways that oftentimes we don't think about, we forget, or we just don't think, oh, that has anything to do with building relationships. And so if you missed it, go back and catch it. It'll make this week even that more powerful for you. But we're going to talk about two special kinds of relationships today to help take your leadership to higher levels. And that's the relationships you build with mentors and sponsors. A couple months ago, I had the opportunity. Yeah, it's been a couple months. Wow. Okay, a couple months ago, I had the opportunity to be part of a conversation with Arianna Huffington. And hearing her story, wisdom and insights was invigorating. Yeah, it was, it was motivating. It was like, yeah, You can do anything you set your mind to. And when you do it with the heart of doing it to serve others, oh, it's all that much more powerful when it comes to life because you bring it. How her message offers value to people and especially to leaders. She shared this powerful nugget. Your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. Cultivating strong relationships, and they will open doors to you that never existed before. When you cultivate strong relationships, they will open doors to you that you never knew existed before. Door openers. Now that's a message you can take to the bank any day of the week that will yield a return when you invest in it. Before we go deeper into the how, I want to make the distinction between having a mentor and having a sponsor. They're two really different kinds of relationships. Mentors and sponsors are valuable relationships in the overall context of your professional development as a leader, but they serve different roles. There's roles and functions. So let's take a look at a mentor. What is a mentor? A mentor is an experienced and trusted advisor who provides guidance. Notice I said trusted advisor. And you know that in your gut through people you've known, maybe before that your mentor became a mentor, they were a friend, someone you looked up to, and somehow you evolved there. I don't know, you get mentors all sorts of ways. It's a more relaxed way of inviting support and advice in an area that you may be less experienced when you're seeking out this mentor. And hopefully you understand we don't become great at what we do without some assistance, learning, growth from others. So don't take this as a slight when I say that you're still a leader. However, I don't know a leader that got to be a leader without the support of other people. Yeah. Think about, here's some of the different roles you may be in. You may be in a new role in a new organization, or a different career path because you've decided, I don't want to be this anymore, I want to be that now. It's a new role. Change jobs, which is happening quite a bit these days. And maybe you've gone from employee to entrepreneur. You've said, I want to sail my own flag in the sky. Two very different roles. So as I said before, there's not a new thing under the sun, and having a mentor can make a big difference in major moves forward. What's the purpose of a mentor? The primary purpose of a mentor is to offer insights, share their knowledge and wisdom, help you as the mentee, which is nothing wrong. I've been a mentee several times in life, and I'm always seeking out those who have expertise and knowledge in areas that I'm curious about, or I know I need to move to the next level. Their purpose is to help you identify and develop specific skills and competencies to help you excel as a leader in a new space. What's the focus of a mentor? The mentor-mentee relationship is typically focused on the mentee's professional growth. Often the relationship supports your personal growth in addition to your professional growth. It goes hand in hand. And as I said, a mentor relationship is a little more relaxed than a sponsor relationship. Mentors provide constructive feedback to help you navigate challenges and recognize opportunities along your path. Yeah, to become stronger and more intentional in your leadership. Constructive feedback really is an opportunity to be fed forward. So when you hear constructive feedback, especially from someone who is investing in you, Just think about, here's my opportunity to be fed on how to move forward and achieve that next level. What's the approach that a mentor uses? As I said, mentoring relationships usually begin very informally and develop naturally over time. It's often someone more seasoned and experienced than you. Yes, someone you look up to, and they see the potential in you. There's a leader today that I've been mentoring since the mid-90s. Yeah, that's a long time that I knew along the years, whenever she called, wanted advice, support, whatever, or an opportunity that I thought was in her lane, we'd connect. And wow. So through offering support and guidance in those critical junctures along her journey to see herself as a leader. Sometimes as leaders, we go through the motions without claiming where we are. So it's been an awesome journey. And I feel so proud of the leader she's become and is still becoming because of how, when she made the decision to choose that burning passion in her heart for the work she wanted to do, and to know that she would be supported in doing it. And this is where time becomes one of those things. Fulfilling your dreams is not an overnight, oh, I went to sleep and dreamt it last night, and oh, here it is today. It takes time. The mentor relationship is often can be often characterized as a mutual understanding and willingness to invest time and effort in the mentee's development. That's why they're coming to you, to take advantage of what you've already accomplished or done in your life. What's so exciting for me about her right now, and I would say it's rewarding for both of us, as I've watched from the sidelines and been there to advise and guide, and her path toward greater success and sustainability. And I just have to brag on her because sometimes that guidance is very visible. And this is one of those instances. Mentors often fall into this space just by the very nature that they're mentoring, and they work closely with you as a mentee to address specific challenges or areas of development. Well, last week, I really jumped in as a volunteer of my time and resources in a critical challenge in the growth of her venture, with a goal to raise $20,000 in a 24-hour window. And it started with, okay, a scavenger hunt 3 days prior or 2 days prior to the 24-hour crowdfunding event for really nonprofits, organizations that are about social change, which those of you who know me just really gets my heart. And working as a team, every team could only have 6 members, and there were over 50 teams in this venture, in this quest. We had a goal of $20,000. Some we were going to raise on our own. Last year, in the fundraising portion, they raised a little over $13,000. This year, they said, let's stretch and shoot for 20. The end result of our efforts, yes, because I jumped all in, was raising more than $70,000 in a 24-hour period with over 200 donors, 225. Now that's what I call success. That's what I call what makes mentorships and relationships powerful. Yeah. So a mentor offers a safe space for mentees to really gain insights, press for their goals, their aspirations from the experiences contributed by a mentor, and receiving that personalized advice to guide the journey. Yeah, what exactly does that mean? It's an opportunity to recognize and mitigate pitfalls and missteps along the way, because you're hearing from someone who's hit them and been there. It means being an active listener and contributor to the ideas and plans to move forward. So let's take a look at sponsors. How are sponsors different from mentors? And they really are. So oftentimes, a sponsor is someone in a position of influence and power within your organization. So maybe you're not an entrepreneur, you're not out there floating your own boat. However, the path to leadership ahead, you can see it. And having a sponsor is having that someone in the organization who's at that level, who's at a higher level than where you're looking to go right now, who actively advocates for you and supports your upward advancement as a protege or a sponsee, mentor, mentee, sponsor, sponsee. But I like it better as sponsor, protege. Anyway, the purpose of a sponsor, their primary purpose is to open doors and create opportunities for your professional growth, your upward advancement within the organization. I've been there. Being tapped for different assignments, and I've watched others go there. It makes me think back to the early years of my professional career when, and I just have to put it out here, being a Black woman in white America, sponsorships were not always that easy to garner. And sometimes it's easier seeking out a mentor than a sponsor when you don't see anyone there who looks like you. What I would say to that is that you spend more time in building those relationships as colleagues, and not that you're at the same level, but reaching out and asking for mentorship. I see that as the door opener to sponsorship, because you're really seeking their guidance and support, and you're not saying, help me climb that ladder. Maybe you just want to understand the culture of the environment that you're in that will help you navigate more constructively for you. So sponsorship is really a more formal and strategic than mentoring. You really have to think about where you want to go, and then begin to look at the people and how they're performing, and getting feedback from others who know them or know of them, being observant. Going back to what we talked about last week, the natural ways in which you can build relationships. And so it begins there. It could be something as simple as seeking to connect with them on LinkedIn because you're both in the same organization and you'd like the opportunity to make their acquaintance. Yeah. Sponsors take on an active role in advancing your leadership development career, and may leverage their own influence and networks in which to do that for you. What are the benefits of having a sponsor? Well, a sponsor can significantly accelerate your leadership growth and professional career by exposing you, providing you with the access to influential networks, high-profile assignments, and increased visibility among senior leaders in the organization. So you can see that mentors and sponsorships are really two different approaches. One's more informal and maybe a little easier. The other is, how do I just get to a place? If you're going to suggest they being your sponsor, or to be in the same space, to breathe the same air, that they might see you in a positive light. Thinking about executive presence again. Are you positioned to be seen by the people who can accelerate your leadership growth? And then having the hard question with yourself, am I really ready for what I think I want to step into? So sometimes having a mentor relationship helps to better prepare you for a sponsor relationship. But in no means does it imply that you should not take advantage of one that comes your way. In a sponsor relationship, you just want to pay close attention. Are you aligned to follow in their path or footsteps? Not them necessarily directly, but who they are. Going back to what I say every show, who you learn from matters. And this is an important step in your career. Who you learn from matters. So when you're looking for a mentor or a sponsor, you want to keep that in mind, because that's what's going to drive the greatest success for you. Everything I bring to this platform is really about showing up to be a servant leader. The greatest leaders you'll find speak more about their ability to serve others, to be better leaders, than those who do that simply for themselves. The difference between the sustainability, the legacy you build with your life. So to sum things up, the two are different. They both are relationships of value for your leadership growth and career trajectory. Because you could be in an organization looking to advance to a certain level to be able to say, I want to go and do this on my own. And by no means are they mutually exclusive of each other, because they aren't. You can benefit from having both mentors and sponsors simultaneously at different stages of your leadership journey. It's not an either or. It can be a both and. It's all in how the value you're seeking to derive from the two relationships. In your life as a leader, it's about how you utilize your relationships to harness the power that really propels your leadership forward. The end result lies with you. The more you leverage the relationships in your life, the more you create connected pathways to grow your leadership and increase your success for doing well by doing good. Now, those two should always be linked together. Do good to do well. If you do good, you'll do well. How about that? I'm a big believer in seeing and seeking out connections on some level. We're all connected to each other. That's right. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Build relationships is a growth opportunity for your life. For your life. How much time do you spend cultivating connections? It's an art and a skill to relationship building. Some are simple, and you probably do them every day without giving them much thought. And then there are those where your intention to grow your leadership, your business, becomes important. Yeah, think about it. I love our time together. And it's now time for my shameless shout out for my team. That is the steam that fuels the engine of Dr. Helen Speaks. And we show up here every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific time and 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, because we choose to bring you our best every week so that you can bring your best to the world.